And then I have a new book coming out in January. I'll be on book tour for that, so I'll be tired. That's about a kid whose dad comes back from Afghanistan and Iraq, and it borrows heavily, I think, more than any of my other book from my life. And her dad's he's losing it. He's got PTSD, he's had traumatic brain injuries, getting blown up in his Humvee, and he's getting high and drinking, and he's falling apart. He's very suicidal. And so it's a story of a kid who loves her dad. She doesn't have a mom, and is trying to keep her dad together. But it's also, for the first time, a love story, because there's I've got such a crush on this made-up character, a really sweet guy that she falls in love with. So it's the two stories. It's her love for her father and trying to come to terms with his pain, and then what it feels like that first time you really fall in love, and how wonderful and scary that is. So, deep breath. All right, only about a fifth of the audience is asleep. That's a good sign. Everyone look around, make notes so you can make fun of them later. It'll be great. I have time for questions, right? All right, who's bold? Right there, nice. Oh. The question was, last year he had an English teacher, let me repeat it so everybody could hear it. He had an English teacher who didn't let him read a certain book because he thought it was too childish. Now, if this was in the context of a classroom, which I kind of think it is because it's a teacher, and your teacher had like curriculum things, there were no requirements. Was it like Captain Underpants? Was it really? How did I know that? I think probably your teacher was tired, because it's hard teaching y'all. You guys, would you want to be your teachers? I mean, come on, give them they need a lot more respect than you give them. However, and I haven't been a teacher for 20 years, so I don't understand that level of fatigue. I would have approached it slightly differently. And I would have said, okay, you can read this one if you read, and I would have found a text that was slightly more sophisticated. What you really should have done, because that book wouldn't take long to read, you could have done something to kind of up your game, read it anyways, and then write a deeply sophisticated essay about it, right? Because then you would have proven your point. So that's what I think. What else we got? Right there. I live in a very rural community in northern New York. I live about an hour south of Canada. We got like 2 feet of snow last night. And there's a lot of poverty. You know, whenever there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of kids who really need secure families. And our youngest child just graduated from college. And so that's actually a very interesting you bring that up. That's a current topic of conversation at our house. So we'll see. Yep, nice and loud, please. Stand up. I did not hear a single thing. I'm old. I have old ears. That's okay. Can somebody else? Can you tell somebody else and they can say it? All right. Oh, over there in the red hat. My opinion of 50 Shades of Grey. I haven't read it because it sounds boring.